Friday, let us get on to the look. All right, guys, let's hop right into it. Starting with the star of the show, this is the Le Beige's Water Fresh Tint. This is the product that started the show. Katie Jane Hughes has been using this repeatedly, and I have been dying to try it. And in the little box, also the packaging is so stunning. It actually comes with the little brush, and the lady at the Chanel counter told me that this is the exact brush, just with a shorter handle, so you actually get a little two-in-one with this. So because this is the brush that comes with it, I'm going to try that with this. I got the shade medium plus. The lady at the counter said to apply it on the back of the hand and to pre-swirl it before applying it to the skin, and then as you swirl it with the brush, the little pigment niblets kind of, well, they explode, and then you get this lovely little hydrating tint. So that's what I wanted to start with, and I think, oh, that is pretty. That just really did give me like a very healthy looking glow, which is nice. I'm gonna take a bigger brush, just gonna put some on it, and I'm actually just gonna take that down my neck because my neck is so much lighter than everything else, as always, just so that it's looking nice and even. That is so pretty. It gives you such a dewy, fresh finish. How nice. Katie Jane Hughes, look at you go. How pretty is that? Okay, so that's divine. I can see myself keeping that out on the desk and using that prior to any additional coverage. I picked up the tinted moisturizer, okay? This is the Le Beige Sheer Healthy Glow Tinted Moisturizer. This is the tiniest little package that I've ever seen in my life. I'm kind of like, why is it so much smaller than all of the other foundations? But I wanted to try it. This is the shade medium. I'm gonna take a little bit out. And I just wanted to go over with this. I've previously, like the Chanel foundations, I remember like way back in the day in the YouTube world, like Fleur de Force went on and raved about the Vitalumiere Aqua foundation for years and years. That was always her go-to. And whenever she went to events and stuff, she always used that. And I remember just like, I wanted to get my hands on it so badly, and it wasn't the best foundation for dry skin. So I thought it would be fun to go in with the tinted moisturizer. So I picked that up instead of trying the other foundations. I have long ago, like I just said, used the Vitalumiere Aqua because everyone used to rave about it, and it just wasn't my favorite formula. So I'm gonna try the tinted moisturizer. This is super fragranced. The Water Fresh tint pretty much had no fragrance. I didn't notice anything at all. This one's like, wow, it's got a lot of fragrance, but this is looking really pretty. This is actually a really good shade match too. I'm just putting a nice little layer over top. I've got a lot of redness and veins and whatnot on my skin, so just doing a nice little layer of that for some final skin tone evening. Oh my god, it's so dewy. It's so dewy. Oh, this is really nice, you guys. I'll give you a nice up close look. I just like, look how fresh and dewy and delicious my skin looks. All right, for concealer, I've never tried a concealer from Chanel. This is the Le Correcteur concealer. I got the shade 30 Beige. I'm gonna take some of this underneath my eyes. I'm gonna start really lightly because I haven't actually previously opened this, so I'm just gonna put a nice little light layer. It's pretty deep, actually. I could have gone one shade lighter with that, but it's actually blending out so nicely. A more light coverage concealer for sure. It's not thick. It actually feels quite dewy. Like I'm definitely gonna have to set this with powder just from how it feels firsthand. But blending that in with my hand, I actually really like that. It blends out super nicely. Sometimes with concealer, I'm a little bit too lazy. Like if I have to sit there for too long, and that's why I use a brush or a beauty blender or whatever. But this is nice. Take away those dark circles. Take away my lack of sleep sin. Okay, a little extra coverage there. You guys, this base is looking incredible. It looks incredible. Wow. Wow, I was kind of, just because with my previous experience with the Vitalumiere Aqua and really not liking it, I didn't have high hopes for this, but my god, this combination, wow. All right, let's dive in to such an old favorite, you guys. This was like, in the YouTube world, every single person went on and raved about this. This is a product I've used for many years, and I actually went back and I was like, man, I know I decluttered this long ago, and I've actually decluttered this out of my collection twice in my YouTube world. I've purchased this and decluttered it twice over now because there's so much product in here. It's such a big product that I would always feel stressed and want to declutter declutter it and you know, I'd pass it off to a friend who I know would use it and love it fully. But because I just use so many products and review so many things and have so many, I was like, oh, it's going to expire before I am able to use it up completely. And I just never wanted that to happen because it is such a beautiful product. So I'd always declutter it. And anyway, I realized the last time I used this was in February 2017. I featured it in January favorites of 2017, and then I featured it in a Valentine's Day tutorial, and that's the last time I've had it. So it's been 2 years since I've had this product in my collection, and I was super excited to repurchase it and play with it again. Anna has been raving on and on and on about it. I'm like, I need to get my hands back on this. So that was a really big intro to this, but it's the Soleil Tan de Chanel. It's their cream bronzer. It's their universal bronzing base, and this is a brand new one. Look at that new fresh swirl. My God, it's beautiful. This package is giant. It's 1 ounce, 0.25 ounces in the Nude Sticks cream bronzer, 0.21 fluid ounces in the Westman Atelier, 0.2 ounces in the RMS Buriti bronzer. So this is 1 ounce. So this is a lot more product that you get for your dollar in comparison to any other cream bronzer on the market. And that's usually why I would really amp it up. I'm like, I know it's expensive, it's Chanel, but you get so much more product in here. The one downside is that they call this a universal bronzer, and it is not. They have 1 shade of this. That's tragic. They need to expand the shade range on here because it is such a beautiful product. So many people have raved about it for years, and that needs to happen. They need to get some more shades in here. I'm going to use this as a base. I do want to use another bronzer on top of this because they have a limited edition cruise collection, but I'm going to, oh my God, it just blends out so nicely. It's such a natural, beautiful, warm shade. I feel like it was a lot more effective actually when I was quite a bit more pale, but this is just putting such a natural looking base down on the skin because you know I'm all about that base, It's so pretty. It's very, very natural. Stoked to have that again. You guys, let me know your thoughts on this. I've always been such a fan of this. The packaging alone, having it out on your desk, it's so nice. So that's everything for the cream products. Before we dive into the rest of the powder on the base, I am going to set this all in because I am looking very, very dewy, and that was a very dewy base, and I feel like I need to set it in a little bit so that it doesn't budge. This powder I've been seeing everywhere, like on Instagram. If you're looking at a flat lay, I feel like everyone's just using this simply because the packaging is so pretty, and I've seen it in so many product shots and whatnot. This is the Healthy Glow powder, the sheer powder. Look at that packaging. It's so cute. I love it. I feel like this is like a package, like a powder that you just keep forever even after you've used up the product. So it has the Chanel embossed in it as well, and it comes with a little brush. And I'm going to, you know what, I'm probably not going to use the brush actually. I've just decided I'm actually just going to switch to another brush because I just want to, I'm sorry that I'm ruining your pretty writing, but I'm going to set underneath my eyes. I feel like that's where I'm going to get a lot of budgery, and I'll do my eyelid space as well. And just like a general light dusting over the skin. That powder's beautiful. Looks really nice. I feel like I still have a nice glow, a nice dew to my skin, but hopefully it'll help it stay in place and I won't be greasy. So that's the Sheer Glow powder, the Instagram phenomenon. And then next up, this is from their cruise collection. So their cruise collection this year, they have a lot of limited edition products. A few of them I picked up and I'm going to be using here today. I actually think this Water Fresh tint came out with it as well, but these ones are limited edition. So this is the Bronze Duo in the shade Medium, and it's a bronzer and a highlighter here. This is limited to their cruise collection. Super gorgeous. I wanted to use this for some additional bronzing and highlighting. So I'm going to dip into this. It's quite a cool toned bronzer, so I think that it'll be pretty effective for contouring. This brush actually might be too soft for it. I feel like you need a harder bristle to get the product out. You know what I mean?